I was relaxing on a Sunday afternoon in Nevada, randomly playing different stations on my radio when I came across the radio station 101. At first, the radio was static, and as I was about to turn on another station, I heard a male voice say numbers. After 2 minutes of the male voice reading the numbers, I realized those were coordinates. I wrote them down on paper, and when the static was back on, I turned off the radio and I headed for my light blue truck. I started driving towards the coordinates, and I traveled to North Nevada. When I arrived at the location, I saw a field stretched out in front of me. So I grabbed my shovel, and when I located the coordinates, I started to dig. After 5 minutes of digging, my shovel hit a blue metal box. I dug up some more so that I could pull it out. I dragged the box from the hole, and when I opened the box, I saw only one piece of paper. I grabbed the paper, and on it was written in red ink, 2 days from now, a man wearing a hat, trousers, jacket, and white shirt will come to your shop. He has a handlebar mustache and black eyes, and on his left hip is a revolver. Another customer will arrive in your shop and grab some items before the man. He will go to the counter first, and the man with the handlebar mustache will get angry and shoot both of you. If you survive, then later that night something will come for you. You have to run away from your house for 3 days and then return. Bury the box and the paper. I was creeped out. Was this some sort of prank on those who dare to listen to the radio? Sweat was pouring down on me, and I did as it was written on paper. I got up in my truck, my hands resting on the wheel. I wanted to drive, but I couldn't. I was scared. What if the things that are written on the paper come true? What happens after? For 5 minutes I sat there, contemplating on what to do. I decided I will carry with me a firearm just in case the handlebar mustache man arrived in my shop. I started my truck and went home. When I arrived home, the stars in the night shined brightly, and I grabbed the radio from my front porch. I turned on the radio station 101, but there was only static. I turned off the radio and went to sleep. I woke up the next morning and brushed my teeth. I took a walk. Then when I came back home, I took the radio and listened again to the radio station 101. Static was the only thing I heard. The next day when I worked in my shop, the man as exactly described by the paper came into my shop. My hand started shaking a little, and I kept staring at him. I put my left hand on the counter and my right hand near my firearm. Then another customer walked in my shop. He grabbed a box of cereal and put it on the counter. Just then, the man with the handlebar mustache came behind him. When I scanned the item, I saw the man's face get angrier and angrier. Then he pulled out a gun. I quickly pulled out mine and I shot him. The police came by later, and after talking to them and seeing the tapes, they told me I wouldn't have to go to jail since I shot him in self-defense. The customer who bought the cereal box left just after the police left. I closed my shop early and went home to rest. When I arrived home, I grabbed a backpack and started putting essential things in there. Ammunition and money, some food and water, and the radio, clothes, and another weapon. I grabbed one bag so I could put more food and water and some pillows and a blanket. Then I parked my truck in front of my bedroom window and checked to see if the truck had gas. The truck was decently filled with gas, so I went inside my home and put barricades on the windows and doors. I then went to my bedroom and locked the door. I waited for several hours. At around 12 a.m., just when I thought that there wouldn't be any physical attacks and that I would be safe, I heard my front door get punched through, and a mighty roar echoed throughout my house. I grabbed my backpack and bag, and I quietly got out of the window. As I closed the window, I could hear the lower floor rooms get destroyed. I jumped out my truck, and I got inside. I put my backpack and the bag on the next seat, and I started the truck. I drove, and when I was about 50 feet away from my house, I heard my bedroom window get destroyed. And after 5 seconds, I heard a loud noise. I didn't stop driving until the clock inside of my truck read 6 a.m. I then drove off the road and halted my truck. I pulled out the radio, and when I put the radio station 101 on, This time, I only heard silence on the radio.